everyone, not Ambience here. This is FantasyJared, and I'm going to be introducing you all to a category called Nightmare Day in a wonderful game called 5 Shows at Wario's. So, let's begin. The Exit is a mode that you unlock in 5 Shows at Wario's, a FNaF fan game made by Wario, after beating the theater. And there's 5 main days that you have to survive. This is a bonus day called Nightmare Day, where the characters are all at their most difficult. The game explains this well, but essentially, if a character enters the building, this is referred to as a breach. And before I explain the structure of this video, I'm actually going to explain this first. So, in the Exit, unlike other FNaF games, when a character invades your office, a large building in this case, you don't actually get a jump scare and die immediately. Instead, the game will display a red notification in the lower left of the screen that says, "This area has been breached." So, when a character breaches the building, they begin roaming through the area and trying to hunt you down. When they decide to kill you exactly is fairly random, as there isn't a way to tell if a character who's breached the building is in the same room as you or not. You might hear some footsteps to indicate that you're about to die, but yeah. You can think of breaches as a way for the game to tell you that you're being punished for an optimal play and that you're in danger. You can go an hour or two without dying after a breach, which is very important to know if you're going for a standard clear of this night, but I must digress. If a character hasn't breached the building, that means obviously you're successfully warding out the characters and not giving them a chance to kill you. So, let me kind of introduce this night and my strategy for it as well. This is going to be kind of improv, so I'm sorry if it feels a little unorganized. I'm going to show you 2 different runs. The first run is really sloppy. This run right here is so filled with dumb mistakes, but it's still possible. I want to show you guys that even with a bunch of mistakes, this is still a very possible, perfectly consistent night. And to me, this route is mainly about 2 different things. It is about routing, and it is about timings. So let's start from the beginning. So there's a bunch of different threats that you have to ward off, obviously. We have Wario, who you need to flash his picture with a camera. We have Toad, who you need to wind a music box for. We have Yoshi in the bathroom. You need to stare him down and he'll go away. You have Ashley, who you need to flash in the hallway and put back on the lights after you deal with her, because it turns out the lights in the whole damn building. Bowser's on the balcony. You have to zap him with the electric fence. Luigi actually is not lethal. He just launches a bunch of scam adverts from the basement. He launches viruses at you that just get in your way. So you don't need to worry too much about him, but you always want to close the door on him to make sure that you're not being constantly interrupted. While Luigi is at the fireplace, you light the match and you throw a log in the fireplace with the lit match, and that'll ward him off. Is that everybody? Oh, Mario in the living room. So he is on one of 3 different channels, and you need to switch the monitor to the right channel in order to ward Mario off. Now that I've done a basic explanation of what this night is and how it works, I would like to show you all an actually good run, showing an optimal strategy, what it looks like, and how you guys can replicate this, you guys and gals. We're just about wrapping up the night here. Again, this was a really fucking sloppy run. I just wanted to show you guys that, again, even if you make a ton of mistakes, this night is still beatable. There is a margin for error, but it is very strict. It is very tight. You need to be very fast. You need to have a good mental roadmap of what you're doing. So, like I said, routing and timings. Now I'm going to explain the routes. The timings is just kind of something you pick up along the way. It's kind of muscle memory. I can't really teach you guys, like, oh, stay at Toad for 6 seconds exactly. Like, that's just something you're going to have to learn yourself, but I can show you guys the route that I use. So this is the winning run right here. This is breachless, which means no breaches took place in this run. We're going to start the run. Phase 1 is 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to start the night with Mario, Toad, Wario, and Toad. So always remember that. Mario, Toad, Wario, Toad. And then the basis for this night, the big thing that I really want to ingrain in the recesses of your mind is LWMW. LWMW. Say it with me. LWMW. Get it ingrained into the very fabric of your inner consciousness. That stands for Luigi, Waluigi, Mario, and Wario. That's the main basis of the night. If you can remember that, LWMW, Luigi, Waluigi, Mario, Wario. If you can remember that, you've got the whole night on lockdown. So after the first, what I like to call, there's different cycles. So the first cycle is Toad, LWMW. Right now we're doing a Toad Yoshi cycle. So Toad Yoshi, LWMW. And then we're going to cap off 1 p.m. by doing Bowser, Luigi, Ashley. So 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., Mario, Toad, Wario, Toad, LWMW, Toad, Yoshi, LWMW, Bowser, Luigi, Ashley. We're going to go right back and do the exact same thing that we just did. So we're going to do Toad, LWMW. Again, Luigi, Waluigi, you can see it in action here. Waluigi, or sorry, Luigi, Waluigi, Mario, Wario. We're going to do our Toad Yoshi cycle. You're probably starting to notice a pattern here. And then after this Toad Yoshi cycle is where things diverge quite a bit. So I really want to emphasize this is where the night gets kind of weird. So after your LWMW cycle, you're going to go to Toad for about, I want to say, 5 to 8 seconds. And we're going to shock Bowser. So this is your Toad Bowser cycle. This is new. Toad Bowser cycle. And then we're going to do what I like to call a fast LWMW. This means you go to the entrance from the balcony instead of the hallway. This is faster if you don't need to worry about Toad or Yoshi. So you're always going to do this after Toad Bowser, and another part of our route later on is Toad Ashley. So this is our Toad Yoshi cycle. So far, this phase 2, this 3 to 6 p.m. is Toad cycle, LWMW, Toad Yoshi cycle, LWMW, Toad Bowser, fast LWMW. Again, straight to the balcony. Or sorry, straight to the entrance from the balcony. So that was our Toad Yoshi cycle. And now we're going to do Toad Ashley. Now there's a very important part of this night right here that I really, really want to emphasize. After you deal with Toad and Ashley, you want to do a fast LWMW, skip Bowser. Don't even check Bowser. Straight to the entrance, fast LWMW. Just skip Bowser completely for now. And then after Wario, then you're going to shock Bowser. This prevents Bowser from stalling, which he likes to do a lot alongside Ashley. This route is specifically designed so that Ashley and Bowser cannot stall you out. So after Toad Ashley, fast LWMW, you shock Bowser. You're going to do your Toad Yoshi cycle. And if at this point in the run, if you haven't been breached yet, you've basically already won. But we're going to keep going anyway because we're gamers. One quick thing I do want to mention before the night closes out here. Mario is kind of annoying. He can switch channels right after you check on him. So I don't have any proof for this. I don't have any proof that this works. But a thing I like to do is even if Mario's on the channel, when you check on him, I like changing the channel back to his channel again anyway. So I like changing Mario's channel pretty much every time that I see him, regardless of if he's in the right spot or not. Anyway, this concludes my Nightmare Day guide. I hope it helps you all out, whether you're doing breachless or a standard clear. This has been FantasyJared. Nightmare Day breachless, play that 5 shows of Wario's. I'll see you all next time. Peace out. So, you thought, eh? You actually thought that the video was over? Fool! Don't listen to that imbecile fantasy faker, for he knows not a thing about the Nightmare Day. I'm going to show all of you some real gameplay and prove once and for all that I am a Wario God.